Okay, kita start with chapter 13. So chapter 13 is regarding the principle of cryptography and authentication and integrity. Okay, this is a bit technical lah for the business student kan, but since that most of all of us have background in IT, I think all those terms are quite familiar, right? Kan?
Yes,
Familiar
ma'am.
kan?
Yep.
Cryptography, integrity, okay, cryptography, you ingat tak what is the meaning of cryptography?
Hmm.
Tak. Masa diploma dulu belajar tak ingat
Tak
You
ada
cannot
masa
recall.
masa saya belajar masa tu kriptografi tak ada tu, masa saya belajar diploma dulu.
Okay. Okay, it's okay. I masa degree I belajar, tapi diploma I belajar diploma student under subject computer ethics kot. Computer ethics ada sikit lah but not so deep lah kan dia punya cryptography kan. But for this chapters for the MBA kan, I pun tak adalah pergi go too deep sangat lah. Just the very surface lah, introduction, definition tu lah kan. Basics, how does it work. Adalah macam too detail like macam IT students kan, macam computer lah. So I hope that it can easy to be understand lah by both of you. Okay, cryptography definition dia, it is a concept and rule to secure information and communication. Derived from the Greek word cryptos. So, which means hidden. Or the definition cryptography refer to converting intelligible data or text into unintelligible. Yang difahami to non-difahami text kan, or vice versa. So cryptography techniques allow only a message sender and intended recipient to read the decoded contents. So boleh faham kan ini?
Ya, boleh.
So it can convert. So it is a process actually. It's a security process to convert from intelligible text to unintelligible text, or apa? Teks yang difahami kepada teks yang tak difahami. Decoded or decoded or decoded pun boleh jugalah.
Ini sama dengan yang intelligible image kan yang Profesor hari tu share tu.
Intelligible image kan,
Tu.
this is text.
Text, okay.
Kita cakap pasal teks macam dalam WhatsApp or dalam instant messaging WhatsApp, kalau password dimasuk teks kan, kita masuk teks, so it will convert from your intelligible text to intelligible text, and then it will convert back to the intelligible text to be understood by end users like us, or vice versa lah kan dia kata. Okay, cryptography techniques dia kata allow only a message sender and intended recipient to decode the contents. Only so this technique or this method is only shared lah among the sender and the recipients. Online tak boleh nak intrude lah kan. So if you are on the internet, then you are more likely have used encryption. So kebanyakan website dalam internet dia menggunakan encryption lah kan. Whether you knew it or not, kita je lah end user, we don't know what happened at the front kan. So logging into the Gmail mail service or your bank account more likely involves setting up an encrypted path. Dia ada encrypted path lah yang kita didn't realise. So between your browser and the web server.
Dekat backend lah kira.
Exactly, the backend. Web browser to the server. It hosting the site. When done correctly, all the information that is passed over the internet is secure against eavesdroppers. So dia boleh dia dijamin lah tak ada eavesdroppers. So that may be watching the information passed across the network. Okay, fortunately, most of us, the process of setting up the secure communication path is seamless. Memang kita tak nampak lah benda ni kan, in the front end. All this happen in the back end. So, so this is the diagram lah. If you can open the file kan. I think I bagi you PDF file, right?
Yep.
So now you don't open the edited file, right?
Yeah.
Dah buka yang PDF. So there are three cryptography types that are distinguished by the types of cryptographic algorithm. Okay, that they use to scramble data. So memang cryptography ni actually kita scramble data kan. Most types of cryptography use algorithm which is called key. So kita panggil key lah. This is key the
Apa
scramble and
beza
unscramble.
scramble dengan code dengan unscramble dengan decode, Profesor?
Sama je dia.
Sama je kan?
Terms dia sama je. Intelligible, unintelligible, scramble, unscramble, code or decode. Dia maknanya dia sama lah.
Hmm. Kita boleh
Okay,
panggil terus ada data encryption juga sama juga kan?
encryption or decryption kan. So we try to ayat yang macam senang untuk kita faham lah. Okay, so this is for example of communication between two device, ada laptop and this is a verse. So dia hantar hello. So bila di encrypt dia guna kunci, dia gunakan dia menghasilkan data yang tidak dipahami. Kita intelligible text, and then dia menggunakan key to decrypt balik this text into the intelligible text. So this server can understand lah what the message that you send. So this is generally how cryptography working. So actually there are 3 types of cryptography. So we have like public key cryptography, secret key, and also hash function. Kalau under secret key, we have the string cipher and log cipher. So kalau dalam string cipher, we also have synchronous string cipher and self-synchronous string cipher. But for our level, we just first level je lah kita belajar. Kita tak go deep to this level
Okay.
I just only touch the first level of cryptography. Saya cakap kuat. Okay. I hope that Zal can join us. He said that he will be late like minutes lah macam tu kan.
Okay.
So for final exam, this chapter normally I include my questions. I tak adalah bagi soalan final kan. Soalan-soalan yang biasa lah yang lecturer can ask you kan. Definition, draw the diagram. You must understand lah. But as I was informed, you cannot copy and paste lah from any website. Because you are given 7 days kan to answer the final paper. But so within that 7 days, so you can refer to any website or any articles online, but you cannot copy and paste exactly from the website. Dia ada plagiarism kan? Checking. So nanti kalau kalau kantoi nanti it will take the action lah to the students kan. So I hope that you will not lah. Nanti I bagi syarat jugalah. This is important Jangan copy and paste, even though copy paste from my notes lah. Because my notes pun I nak cepat I just copy and paste lah. But this is only for our reference in the class kan.
Okay. So just tukar ayat je tu apa? Jadi baca balik ayat tu dalam notes tu.
Yes, tukar ayat lah. And then I think you have 7 days. I'm sure that you have your ample time lah kan to answer the question in your own words.
Yep.
So itulah. So the question that we can give you or you expected from a lecturer lah kan, the definition, draw the diagram, what's the definition of cryptography. Macam ni lah you can give lah in your own words and why is it seamless? Can you describe why is it seamless? Macam tu lah kan, for example.
So total berapa question Miss Farah?
I think daripada chapter berapa
Chapter 1.
No, not chapter 1. I tak ingat lah. I kena stop screen sharing juga.
Sabar later at the end of the class. Miss Farah.
Dah stop sharing kan?
Dah.
I think I bagi you dalam wait 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 chapters. Start from chapter 7 to chapter 14.
7 to 14. Okay. Okay, fine.
Chapters lah. Tapi the marks is like 14 marks, 15 marks, 10 marks lah. Macam tu lah. So it needs a lot of elaboration and explanation lah. But apa ni sebentar ya. But Raja, I need you to apa tak boleh share? Sekejap.
Okay.
Screen sharing. Am I sharing my screen?
No.
No. Really? Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's okay.
Alright. So so I would prefer when you answer your question, don't give me like a paragraph of points now. Just give me a points lah, but bullet, just bullets a lot.
Okay. So bullet point is still okay lah.
Bullet point. Don't give me a paragraph. Jangan buat an essay panjang kan. Just bullet. Senang.
Okay.
Simple lah. Okay, so this is types of cryptography. So we have three, and then just now we said we have public key, we have secret key, and hash function. So the first one is secret key lah, I explained. So the secret key is used to both encrypt and decrypt the data. So the sender includes the secret key in the encoded message to send the intended recipient. So if the message is intercepted, the included key can decode its content. It is also known as symmetric cryptography. So because the same key is used on both encrypt and decrypt the data. So kat sini both party sender and receiver, they use the same key. That's why they say that symmetric. Okay. So kat sini, as you can see in this picture, plain text. So dia hantar plain text. So dia akan encrypt, dia guna the same key. So they send, so melalui this protocol, cryptography, dia akan encrypt lah the text into the intelligible text. Then dia akan decrypt balik to the plain text. Dia akan decoded or encrypted lah to the plain text.
And secret key di encryption ni dia macam software ke atau macam mana?
It is like a protocol.
So dalam macam kita guna sekarang komputer ni, dia yang encryption ni dia akan berlaku dalam laptop kita ke atau dalam network ke? Biasa dalam network kan?
Dalam network lah. Dia kata in the browser, between our browser to the web server.
So nothing will happen in our laptop or our computer, right?
Computer, our handphone. So when we login to our Facebook pun, kita menggunakan key kan. So sama ada private key or secret key lah ni kat sini. Right. So public key cryptography, it is known as asymmetric cryptography. The sender uses a public key to encrypt the message. So the receiver uses the private key to decrypt the message. So if the message is intercepted, the content cannot be deciphered without the private key. So kat sini, kat sini dia kata, contoh Bob trying to make fetch happen at least. Dia hantar teks lah, SMS ke ataupun WhatsApp. So Bob dia akan guna public key, digunakan public key Bob ni to decode this text, and then dia akan encoded pada the intelligible text to Bob. Okay, so faham kan ini? So kalau macam, alamak, I tak tahu nak confirm ni lah. Sorry ya. So dia gunakan, kalau public key macam ni lah kan, dia punya teknik dia. So the difference is kalau dia guna public key, dia gunakan public key the recipient punya public key, bukan the sender. Dia ada public key and also private key. Okay, kalau hash, dia kata it doesn't use the key, dia kata instead dia guna teknik scramble data. So scramble data in a uniform length. So the meaning that the length of the text or the data is fixed lah. Let's say you send 10 length of data. So dia punya hash function, dia punya decoded text pun mesti 10 jugalah. Sorry, I termute.
Okay. Sorry, Miss Farah. Sistem I restart tadi.
Tak apa. I cakap seorang-seorang.
Oh, okay. Anak saya pergi campur di plug tadi.
Oh ya.
Ah,
I pula, masa I cakap dengan you, I was muted.
Oh,
And then I cakap. Oh, okay, I muted. Alright.
so this is third one, right? Third types, right? Hashing. Okay.
The type hashing. So we have like first we have secret key, kedua ada public key, and this one is function, hash function lah. Kalau so you know the difference kan?
Hmm.
Can you absorb or can you digest what are the difference? Or is it too fast for you? Maybe you need time lah to digest lah what are the difference between the secret key types.
Yep.
Boleh?
Boleh.
I give you like 3 minutes lah. So slowly lah read the difference between these two types. Boleh?
Okay, boleh.
Can you explain to me the three types, the difference of these three types of cryptography?
Okay, the first will be the public key cryptography, which is by default on the user side and the browser side network. Both of them will be using the same secret key, which is encryption and decryption. And the second one is secret key. So secret key on the browser side, they will be having a separate encryption. And on the server side, it will be having a different encryption. So both are different parties. But on hashing, I'm not very clear on what's the meaning of the hash actually.
Okay, so just now you explained to me kan, it's a bit macam a bit confusing lah the difference kan. Okay, so for your information, okay, secret key and public key you can differentiate by the types of key that they are using. Kalau secret key, you just mention the key, the secret key. They only use one key, one type of key, which is secret key.
Okay. And for
So
public?
For public key, dia menggunakan two types of key, which is public key and private key.
Okay.
You just need to mention the difference are the key lah yang digunakan.
Betul.
So kalau secret key dia hanya guna secret key, but for the public dia guna public and private key. Okay. So both
sebab kat diagram dia tunjuk public key first, secret key and hash function. Tapi note secret key first and then public and then hash function.
Okay lah. I terbalikkan lah every notes ni. Lemak macam mana?
Apa maksud perkataan sebenar untuk hash ni?
Cincang.
Okay.
The scramble. I cannot lah. I'm not using my mouse today. Why is it like this? What the hell? Sorry. Alah, tak apalah. You terbalikkan je lah. Boleh tak?
Boleh.
So that is the different lah. When you want to explain the different, you just mention lah the key type dia gunakan kan. Public key and secret key. Tapi kalau hashing ni, dia hash, dia cincang-cincang. Untuk bahasa yang senang kan. Kalau bahasa yang susah, you cakap lah dia menggunakan this verifying size into the uniform length. Okay, cakap lah, okay, dia scramble the data. Scramble tu maksudnya dia jumble around the data kan. Dia macam tabur-taburkanlah data tu kan. Contoh, you hantar
data dia pecahkan kepada few packets. Lepas tu lepas dia pergi ke server end, dia akan cantumkan balik paket tu.
Macam mana nak buat ni? Set new slide. Saya tak insert new slide. How to insert ni? Okay, for example, you hantar hello. So hello ada 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 kan? 5 text. And then dia akan menggunakan teknik hash, dia akan hantar TFRC 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ataupun dia gunakan ni. Tapi dia 5 teks. So dia akan bentuk yang tak dipahami, dia jumble around and then dia akan hantar hello.
Tapi bukan sama ke? Dia hashing pun sama juga.
Tapi dia
I
menggunakan
mean secret key encryption sama.
tapi dia menggunakan ini dia guna key tapi tak guna key, dia guna hashing. Dia akan bertabur-tabur.
Tak, maksud saya kalau encryption pun dia akan bertabur juga kan masa dia encryption pun.
Dia bertabur jugalah. Encryption sebenarnya sama je. Dia encrypt data yang dipahami tu tak yang tak dipahami and then dia akan encrypt back to yang dipahami. Cuma teknik tu berbeza.
Okay.
Macam nak cakap macam how to go from here from KL to Langkawi. You want to go to Langkawi. Okay, you can go to Langkawi to three cara. Contoh kan. First you can go by flight, second you can drive, third you can take train for example. You take train, you stop dekat mana? Kedah. And then from Kedah you need to take a bus. So all these three the objective is to go to Langkawi, but you use different technique. So
Different type
semua
of
ni
transport.
interested.
Okay.
Contoh how to go to Langkawi. Maybe I explain terlalu laju kan. How to go to Langkawi. Okay. First you can take flight. Second maybe you can take train. Train or public transport or apa?
Public transport.
Train and then ketiga you drive lah with your own car. So ketiga cara ni sebenarnya adalah cara lah kan to encrypt to go to Langkawi. But they have different technique, different cara. If you take flight, cara dia lain. You have to book the flight and then you need to pay the fee kan, cost dia tinggi sikit and then adalah macam-macam kan dia punya proses. And then to take train, you have to buy the train ticket. But the experience also different kan. And then at the end you arrive at Langkawi. But kalau drive ni lah, you use your own car kan. But the experience is different. But at the end of the day, you still arrive at Langkawi. Sama lah juga macam ni, encryption. The objective is to encrypt and decrypt the data. Decipher, decode or decoded. Itu sama lah maksudnya kan. But at the end of the day, but you are using 3 different technique. Hashing ni dia the scramble data.
Okay.
Maybe we need to refer lah to the websites. Macam I bagi contoh diagram, ni lah macam contoh you hantar Fintech and ni dia hantar dalam teks yang tak dipahami and then pada teks yang dipahami dia guna teknik hashing. Cincang. Dia hantar one word message with 1000 page novel, create a fixed size output to input the text with hash value, making it nearly impossible to determine the original content. So from 1000 page tu dia akan jumble, dia akan bertabur-taburkan data tu sampai kita tak boleh from the encrypted ni tak tahu apa data yang dihantar tu. Commonly data MD hashing algorithm ni is used for authentication process, pengesahan untuk high level punya authentication technique lah. Okay, so this is okay. So how does cryptography work? Okay, dia kata kalau kat sini cryptography works by taking plain text. Cryptography ni doesn't matter lah you use secret key ke public key ke atau hash key kan. Dia kata cryptography. Generally cryptography works dia kata by taking the plain text and scramble it into ciphertext. I'm talking too loud actually. Plain text and scramble it into ciphertext so that the encoded object be understood only by the intended recipient. So a ciphertext, the information should be unreadable to all except the intended recipient. So how does it work lah? The cybersecurity encryption is often used to scramble plain text to ciphertext. Plain text ciphertext. While decryption reverses the process.
Simple dia punya definition dia.
Encryption. Because encryption software uses complicated cryptographic algorithms are incredibly difficult to crack. So kalau macam cryptography ni, dia ada it's a program lah, actually it's a protocol, it's a program that can be installed in your browser kan. Macam mungkin bank dia gunakan program cryptography yang berbeza. Kalau mungkin government dia gunakan cryptography program yang berbeza kan. But the more complicated of the algorithm yang you gunakan is difficult lah to crack. So tapi browser kita macam you guna macam you kata apa, WhatsApp is encrypted, is not easy to crack kan. It's not for people to get your information. Yes. Tapi kalau orang kata kenapa Telegram ada encryption lah, so dia menggunakan program yang berbeza lah. Sebab program tu sendiri kan, dia punya platform dia sendiri. So kalau you open bank pun, setiap bank dia ada program cryptography algorithm yang berbeza lah. So if you have a skill cryptography ke ataupun cyber security skill kan, mesti it is a good good additional skill lah kan. And maybe pay pun tinggi lah kat sini. Okay. Faham ke?
Ya, faham bro.
Okay, so the use of cryptography. So cryptography is used to keep communications and information private. So biasanya kenapa kita guna cryptography ni kan? Kenapa? So cryptography is used to keep our communication and information private lah, to protect the data, and cryptography help minimize the threats and ransomware attacks because of hackers interception information. They won't be able to understand it without the decryption. So I think lately kita ada isu masa perang hari tu kan, perang Palestin dengan Gaza. Then because that Malaysia supporting strongly supporting Gaza kan, Palestin. So kita ada cyber war lah, cyber team kan, yang kita nampak physically war memang kita nampak lah, but actually in the cyber part pun actually ada banyak war lah kan. Kalau I don't know lah whether you are aware or not.
Dia
pernah dengar kan? But because of
dia
this
saling hack sendiri sama sendiri.
Kita hack lah, kalau Malaysia can hack the Israeli, and then dia orang pun ada hack kita juga, and then also pada masa tu I think Malaysia ada ancaman so kan, so punya sistem kena hack, betul tak? So
yang tak silap latest sekali yang Maxis punya data pun kena leak juga kan.
Maxis data kena leak. So banyak ancaman lah kat sini. So maksudnya tak semua company ataupun semua organisation dia menggunakan standard cryptography cryptography algorithm. Different company or different organisation lain lah kan.
Dia masalahnya berlaku bila macam di encryption di berlaku tu kan. Masa encryption berlaku tu, dia punya data macam setengah data tu, dia macam tadi macam kita pakai hash function, dia akan scramble data tu kan. Setengah data tu dia akan jatuh. Dia bukan terus pergi communicate. Semasa yang jatuh tu kan, yang tu yang hacker pergi ambil data tu, dia pergi baca balik apa message dia.
Dia boleh leak data.
Dia leak berlaku satu kat situ.
So there must be something wrong lah with the
communication
algorithm. And they created the algorithm. So why cryptography is important kat sini? I gave actually if you refer to the website kan, to the website yang intellectual lah, janganlah cari website yang tak apa intellectual kan. You kena cari source yang you boleh percaya. So nanti kalau dalam exam pun I would suggest that I would encourage you to look on other website so that you can get better understanding lah kan. And lots of other example macam kat sini I bagi dia kata untuk private key and like untuk information privacy and protection kan. Maksudnya kita cryptography on internet, online banking, online trading, and then if you look on other website, maybe ada banyak lagi lah the importance of cryptography.
Dia akan more detail lah. Kenapa
More
macam
detail lah.
cara dia orang boleh.
So I would encourage you to read on the website lah kan. So authentication is any process through which one approves and verifies certain information. So these are the importance of cryptography to the organization lah, or pada kita lah kan. Okay, here are some common issues. Here are some common uses of cryptography. Pertama, financial transaction and online banking. So yang kedua, dia kata SSL secure website. Yang ketiga, you boleh baca kat sini VPN.
Virtual Private Network.
Virtual Private Network. So financial transaction and online banking, with online banking and e-commerce, website use advanced encryption techniques to keep financial information safe. So mestilah kan kalau tak safe, kita pun takutlah nak apa, nak beli barang dekat online.
Safe.
SSL secure website. So a website that with an SSL certificate is secure encrypted connection to protect information passing from your browser to another browser or website server. VPN pun menggunakan cryptography. VPN is a security tool that redirect web traffic through a private server and encrypts the connection. So these are the example lah of some common uses of cryptography. You can get other example lah online, you baca kan. So introduction to authentication, pengesahan kan. In Malay is pengesahan. So authentication is the verification process to identify a user, process or device, often as a prerequisite to allowing access to resources of an information system. Pengesahan. So to identify user, to identify process, to identify device kan, to access the resources.
System, yeah.
So growing up in a small town, a person might have walked into a local bank and the teller would have recognized them. Tapi kalau faham kan ni, dia punya cerita dia lah. This is one of the methods teller used to know if the person who was able to deposit and withdraw funds from their account was the right person. Kalau ikut kat muka, kita kenal sejak kecil. Tapi macam you kerja bank, I ni kita kenal sejak kecil. You kenal I, dia tak nak keluar kat duit Raja.
Terus dia ter
authentication kan. Bagi I duit Raja boleh tak duit bank. So macam ni lah cerita dia. So today we log into our national bank website. There is no teller greeting us by name. So other methods of authentication are required. So when you authenticate your account, you are establishing your identity and telling the site that you are trying to access the website. That you are in the fact person that you are say that you are. So you need to tell the system that, oh, this is Farah, or this is Raja. We want Raja wants to access the system. So this process to establish your identity to gain access to a system is typically 2 steps. You must first identify yourself. Identify yourself by user ID, account number, macam kita my card number kan, nombor kad kenalan.
Sekarang dah start finger. Sekarang dah fingerprint
Sekarang fingerprint. Lagi apa? Itulah. And then you have to prove that you are who you are and say who you are. Authenticate yourself using biometric. Macam contoh LHDN LHDN, are you familiar? Do you used to log to LHDN website? Every month? Every month. If you have penalty ke, or you have tax yang you kena bayar, then you kena bayar lah kan. You bayar monthly ke, or you kena potong gaji to bayar the lebihan yang you kena bayar. So previously I was not aware lah about the ni, because I think the system is quite it's quite not so friendly last time lah kan. So I keep on forgetting the email address lah, the password semua kan. And then sometimes that is the user experience kan of using the website kan. So nak masuk sistem tu, we as the end user, we selalu forget the password. So So as a provider services, macam kita kan, kita work for the kita the system apa the service provider, we need to think lah how to apa memudahkan users to access the system kan. So
Saya
that
biasa letak dia punya hint tu letak sama je password je. Macam dia kalau letak username dia ada hint kat situ kan. Hint tu I letak password je.
ya,
So
sometimes tak ada related. Kita pun macam merepek-repek hint kita kan. Apa aku punya hint lah. What is your first car? Ni cakap, tu cakap kancil lah ni, cakap Kristo kan. Dah cakap ni kita tak boleh percaya sometimes kan. So I don't think so that is an effective way lah to remember your password. So now we have other way lah kan to remember and it is easier. So because of that, the system, I think the LHDN system now is quite good. Like it's very good for me. Tak ada hang macam dulu, and then I think they have upgrade their servers. So I think I'm the user. I'm very happy lah to use the system. Log in, log out process is very smooth kan.
banyak orang bayar penalti.
Banyak orang kena penalty.
Bayar penalti.
Banyak orang kena penalty. I pun kena penalty. Penalty because
Tiga kali I kena.
I think it's quite common for us kan. I don't know lah. Maybe kita kurang bayar. So ataupun maybe macam-macam reason kan Raja kan. Kita kena penalty kan. So whatever it is, just pay lah kan. But last time because I don't like the website tau. But now the website is so smooth kan. So
Stable, dia bit stable.
So
Dulu macam kita tengah buat apa yang documentation untuk apa yang fill in income tax tu, dia asyik akan drop je. Macam kita dah fill in, then kita masuk balik dia tak save. So kita kena semua buat balik. Tapi sekarang macam kita tak save pun dia akan still ada kesan.
So kita because of this experience kita happy lah kan. Kalau last time punya experience kita macam give up lah. Faizal, ini Raja baju merah, you baju biru terbalik. Dia patut baju merah.
Kejap lagi baju merah.
Baju merah. Okay.
You have to go to so many places.
Alright. Okay lah. So we have, for your information, we are in the midst of chapter 13 lah.
Okay.
So now it's chapter cryptography, authentication and integrity. So we have passed lah all the sub-chapters for the cryptography. So you just read lah my slides kan.
Yeah.
So tadi makan besar lah.
Semalam makan besar, tapi today is like macam-macam lah.
So Raja, orang kata dia celebrate Chinese New Year.
Oh, okay, that's good.
Okay.
Relative, is that your relatives?
Not relative lah.
Friends.
Involved lah.
Friends.
Bukan involved lah.
Oh, okay.
It's okay. So yes. So apa ni, I have informed Raja tadi just now about the final exam. For final exam, I will masukkan chapter 7 kan, cakap tadi 7 until 14. So 7 chapters lah. So there will be like 7 questions, but 7 questions with sub questions lah kan. And then I can ada few lah start. Okay, ada banyak juga lah study case kot. Tapi my study case is very simple lah kan. But you need to refer lah from the, you have your ample time lah to refer the websites and notes. So for this session, for these chapters, I will normally the lecturer will ask you definition, case diagram, what the differences between this key and the other key. So you must be able to explain or give some examples. Okay, so we go to authentication. This one. So kat sini kan Raja?
Yep.
Okay, we have finished the common uses of cryptography. Just now we discussed the common uses of cryptography are in financial transaction or online banking, and also in the SSL secure websites and VPN. So I think cryptography, are you familiar with cryptography terms, Zal?
Yeah, of course, like people like infra like me, it's normal lah.
So normal lah kan. So it's good lah that you are common lah benda ni semua. Raja, are you okay?
Yes, Prof.
Okay. Do you need drink ke apa? You just let me know
Yeah, okay.
Drink break ke, toilet break ke?
Okay.
Okay. So authentication is the verification process to identify the user. Just now we have discussed it. Okay, the process of establishing is to identify is your identity to gain access to a system types. Better, you must first identify yourself. Who are you? Then you need to prove why you say that. Why you are who you are saying to what you need to have lah. First, you need to prove who are you. Second, you need to have what do you have. So kalau normally yang biasa kita ada card kan, card or password, you have card. But now we have biometric system lah. You have your fingers or eye face to recognize yourself. So kat sini types of authentication we have MFA. Kat sini ada berapa types? I bagi MFA to FA. Dua types I bagi kat sini. So MFA dia kata multi-factor authentication. Dia kata any digital signature authentication process that uses more than one form of multi-factor to verify the identity of the end users. So MFA provides an incredible boost to security. Dia kata Microsoft states that MFA can block over 99.9% lah of account compromise attacks. So consider the inverse of this finding. The system can only require end users to enter the password associated with their username and are vulnerable to compromise. This is true because end users cannot be relied upon to create a strong password. Okay, they may use short and simple password, so which can be easily cracked through brute force attacks, or they may use password that are related to their personal life. Okay, basically easy to guess or social engineering tactics. So faham tak kat sini? So kat sini kalau multi-factor authenticate dia menggunakan multiple lah, more than one technique lah to authenticate yourself to prove who you are. You need to have your password, you need to have your card, you need to have apa lagi? Apa contoh MFA yang you boleh bagi kat I?
Macam company saya dia pakai password, lepas tu key code, lepas tu fingerprint.
Fingerprint. Tu nak masuk mana tu?
Tak, first you akan masuk password. Lepas you masuk password, dia akan bagi key code. Dia akan tally dengan phone. Lepas tally dengan phone, kita kena letak dekat fingerprint dekat phone.
Oh, really? So that means to login to your company system ke tu?
Company system ya.
Is it attendance record ke apa?
Tak, memang kita pakai Citrix kan.
Oh,
So kita kena login, kita pakai 3 sistem. Dia pakai password. Dari password dia akan tarik ke key code. Dari key code dia akan minta fingerprint kat phone kita. Yang app tu dia akan associate dengan dia company punya account lah.
Okay, so that is example MFA kan. So Zal, you boleh bagi tak another sample of MFA yang you pernah guna lah? Cakap buat tak. Sorry, I dekat cafe hari ni. Nanti semua tengok I balik cerita kedai kopi.
Oh, okay. Okay. MFA for me lah ada banyak macam so previously like if you go to American company, dia bagi token. So when you key in, you open your token and then you put the tokens lah.
Okay.
And I think people using Microsoft right now, they're using the Microsoft authentications lah. Right? So when they go to email or whatever, which are related to Microsoft, they need to put the Microsoft authentication punya code lah, PIN. First is code, after that you need to put your PIN lah. Baru you boleh masuk.
Okay, for example, another example I pernah yang I tak adalah guna sistem macam canggih. Contoh nak masuk email kan. When you log into your system, to the email account, Gmail lah, you need to enter your password and then you need to enter your phone number and it will send the OTP to your phone number kan. So yang simple je lah yang I pernah guna. Okay, so good lah.
Rasa banyak macam apps
Ada banyak.
you go for digital signature also you need OTP semua.
Digital signature. I tak ada experience lah guna digital signature lagi. Digital signature just signature guna PDF and then copy paste masuk dalam dokumen tu je lah kan. I tak pernah yang
Digital
lain.
signature was under the laws of kita punya cyber law is legal. Kalau yang ayam betul punya.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so that is MFA. Kalau tu, so MFA ni dia kata it is hard to overstate the importance of multi-factor authentication. It should be implemented in place in every enterprise environment. Enterprise environment macam government ke, your company, our company kan, company yang terbesar lah. Company yang enterprise government and enterprise environment enforced on the very sensitive resources. Bank ke, EPF ke, LSN, those place dia ada banyak sensitive resources kan. So there are several ways to enterprise. The enterprise can authenticate end users. So something they know, something they have, and something they are. So these are the techniques lah, the ways lah. Boleh kan? So what are the ways? For example, if I ask you what are the ways to authenticate end users, to prove who are you? What are the ways to prove who are you? So kat sini you can tell something that you know, which is password, which is passphrase or pin code ke, pin number ke, okay, passcode ke, something that they have, what they have. They have benda lah kan, you can give example like smart card, physical token, mobile device, apa lagi yang you ada. Smart card tu, biasalah kan, something they are. Who are you? How to prove that you are Farah or you are Raja kan? So we have biometric factors such as fingerprint, voice or retina scan. Face scan you boleh cakap lah, that example. Okay, sometimes other factors are taken into account such as somewhere they are, for example, macam you are login to your company, you kata you dekat rumah. Kali from the GPS said that you are in Australia. You pergi holiday ke Australia kan, for example lah. So from geolocation pun ada setengah sistem pun dia boleh trace tahu where are you kan, by checking your GPS and also IP address monitoring and something they do. Something they do meaning that what are the keystroke that you are doing on your laptop kan, on your mobile phone or on your desktop. So keystroke analysis pun ada. So I'm not sure lah, maybe kat sini yang ada tak company you yang ada keystroke analysis ke, nak track staff ke, ada strict lah.
Bukan company saya tapi ada company saudara saya. Dia
Ada
macam
company.
dia kalau login dia akan detect. Kalau login selain dari rumah.
Betul. I pun my previous company ada security, because we are working with security company kan. We handle money, lots of money kan. So dia menggunakan yang high risk company. So dia ada geolocation tag.
Actually dia orang track melalui IP address code, IP address.
IP address. And then last time we have a system like MDM, multi-device MDM, mobile device management lah. So mobile device management ni is like a system, it's like a program. Mobile device management app. So it is an app that can trace lah what the user doing on the handphone. Where is the user? Macam last time macam you tengok company security yang apa, the carry the money kan. The security
Transfer the money, security.
Transport the money lah. Maksudnya dia ambil duit daripada ATM ataupun dia ambil duit daripada bank, from the bank dia nak hantar pada ATM machine. So they need to carry the money to the ATM machine kan. So we have a system track lah this employee dia pergi jalan mana, route mana, kereta van dia lalu kat mana, so dia akan track lah kat mana. And then so when they want to take out the money ataupun katakanlah dia masuk duit dalam ATM 1 juta, so dia ada dalam sistem yang dia kena masuk dalam sistem tu 1 juta. Tally tak duit tu kan, dia match tu tak. So dalam device handphone dia ataupun that mobile device atau tab ke apa, dia ada satu mobile device management yang can keep track lah. Oh, this we can look into the map. Oh, this user ada kat sini dekat Taman Tun for example. So there is an example lah yang I pernah experience lah mobile device management ni. So example users of NFA, dia kata kita when we log into bank account, dia boleh tahu you kat mana, connecting to VPN, access ATM machine. So macam tu lah. Okay, another example, another technique of authentication is 2FA, two-factor authentication. So MFA, they combine different methods kan. Authentication, you guna password so atau guna token to provide greater security than providing you identity. 2FA ni dia kata is a security that requires two distinct forms of identification in order to access something. Dia kata you guna dua je lah cara. Two-factor authentication can be used to strengthen the security of an online account ataupun smartphone ataupun even a door. So 2FA does this by requiring two types of information from the user. For example, you need password, personal PIN number, code send to the user smartphone or the fingerprint or whatever lah. So ini I think you biasa pakai kot. Pernah tak?
Yep, kat phone kita.
Kan macam I don't know lah, maybe you boleh guna Google Authenticator ke, ada setengah sistem dia guna Google Authenticator kan. So
Macam phone kita macam kita pakai fingerprint. Kalau fingerprint tak accept, kita pakai pin code. So dia tu mesti ada dua FA tu.
macam ni kan, this Authenticator you biasa gunakan Zal kan? Pernah dengar kan?
Microsoft
Ada
dengan Google.
Google, Microsoft ke, macam ni I guna Google lah, dia generate the number. Then so in order to masuk, to enter or to access the system, you guna password, and then after the password you need to enter this code lah, this randomly generated code into the system. So this is the example of 2FA. So the number keep on generating the new numbers kan. So key-based authentication. So key-based authentication is also called cryptography authentication. Is the process of using cryptographic keys in a challenge of response handshake to prove one's identity. So this falls in the something that you have category. So you need to have card, kena masukkan ATM card ke smart card kan. So dia menggunakan kategori what something you have. Kalau private key pula, dia kata always be private. It is important to keep in mind that private key must always be kept private. So unlike password, so which are typically known in some form, but those users and the verifier private keys are unshared secret, which means they must always kept secure and never shared with anyone. Okay, in the world of information security, integrity refers to this is integrity, I must capital integrity. Integrity dia maksudnya adalah accuracy of completeness of data. Dia kata security controls focus on integrity are designed on to prevent data from being modified or misused by unauthorized parties. So integrity involves the maintaining of consistency. Mesti ada consistency, mesti ada trustworthiness of the data over the entire life cycle. Data must not be changed in transit. The precaution steps must be taken to ensure the data cannot be altered or unauthorized by an unauthorized person. This is integrity lah. What is integrity? If I ask you the definition of integrity, you must provide this answer lah kan. But as I said before, I was informed lah, ada baca lah about apa nama panduan lah to answer the final exam. You cannot copy paste lah the website ke ataupun my notes kan. Because nanti ada issue plagiarism. So make sure you be careful lah on that. You are encouraged lah kan tengok website, buka lah website ke, buka my notes ke, but you must put your own words lah on that. For example, in data breach, the compromise the integrity a hacker may seize data and modify it without sending it to intended recipient. Some security controls designed to maintain the integrity of information of this integrity. Kata ada encryption, user access controls, version control, backup and recovery procedures, and error detection software. Okay, so faham kan? So integrity ni bukanlah maksud, tadi kita pasal kriptografi kan? Rush kan? Kriptografi tu adalah proses apa?
Encryption di punya data tu.
Encryption
Baca.
and decryption the data kan? Encryption, the objective is to encrypt and decrypt the data
Okay.
for security reason. But they have different techniques, different techniques kan?
Yep.
But now we are security kan? But now kita guna integrity. Kita masuk topik integrity. Lain lah, bukanlah encryption kan? Tapi encryption is a part of the integrity. So kat sini dia kata under integrity you also include use the access control. You boleh bagi contoh tak user access control in the system?
User access control, AD lah.
For example?
Active Directory.
Macam mana? Tak dengar.
Oh, sorry, Active Directory lah, AD.
Active
AD.
Directory. Okay.
Active Directory. Okay, Active Directory. Okay, lagi. I think Raj, you are familiar kot with user access control.
Dia distribution list macam Outlook tu, email tu.
User access control ni, for example, if you create a system, macam sistem cuti kan. Sistem cuti kita ni, macam contoh lah, dalam sistem tu, you ada macam, you ada home. For example, you create system kan, ada website kan. Dalam website tu ada menu home. Dia ada menu, contoh, invoice. Invoice ada, dia ada menu, apa lagi, control. Report, for example lah. Okay, dalam website, katakanlah you create a website. Website apa katakanlah you create website for LHDN lah, for example LHDN. So dalam website tu ada 4 menu. Home, invoice, control and report. So kat sini user access control ni dia refer pada user lah kan. Kita have different types of user. We have admin users, we have the end users, we have the management users, we have the kerani users, we have the the financial department, IT staff users. So different types of users from different department, they have the user access control kan. Mana-mana nak access.
Macam setengah dia ada read access, setengah ada write access. Okay.
Setengah boleh access invoice, setengah tak boleh access invoice. Okay, so version control, tahu version control? Boleh kan, faham kan? Version control, okay kan?
Example
Example, macam you create a software kan, you buat sistem. Hari ni you buat mobile system, contoh I buat sistem apa sistem carry mat, sistem. Sekarang nak tengah buat sistem for JPJ. So katakanlah JPJ version 1. Besok deployment jadi JPJ
1.2
version 2. 1.1. This is 1.0. So besok ada deployment lagi, petang deploy lagi 1.2. Sampailah beratus-ratus punya version kan. Sampailah you dapatlah version yang perfect. So dalam masa satu tu berapa banyak dah version you dapat, banyak sangat deployment kan. So sama ada it is in the app build mode, kita panggil build number lah kan. Dalam sistem kita version control lah. But all this version you need to control lah kan.
Dia model build version lah.
You need to control, for example dalam version B 1.0 ni, apa yang you deploy? What are the function yang you deploy? Kan biasa you dengar kan? Biasa experience testing kan?
Dia enhancement apa yang perlu tambah baik.
What are the features that you want to deploy? Dah okay kan? Dah biasa kot dengar. Version 1, I tak tahulah you under software development ke or not, I tak tahu. You management kan?
I manage.
You management lah?
Yeah.
You CTO lah sekarang?
CTO bos I. So CIO.
You CIO lah. So you CIO.
Okay. CIO bos I.
CIO bos you. So you engineer ke, you director ke, I tak tahulah. You orang server ke orang software development?
I manage all the things lah.
All the things meaning is it project management ke, engagement ke apa ke?
Oh, you're talking about project. I handle project also. By the way, I have project manage. We
Your
have
project
project
management lah.
we have project management also below me. Bukan below me lah. I click everything, but when it goes to my territory, that I need to be update everything lah. I got there are certain department, like all the departments lah. But I last with them lah, basically. Ada macam developer, ada data scientist, kan?
So I can see that your level is very high gitu lah. So ini kita it's a low level of software development. Software
Yeah,
development
I tahu lah. You be assistant development, everything I understand lah.
but I bet you know lah kan, because you want to manage, you must know lah what the small things that happen below kan, betul tak?
Macam big data punya circle everything understand lah.
Ah.
Understand the concepts lah.
Konsep okay lah, version control. So macam in software development, macam I dengan Rush, kita under software development kan, Rush betul tak?
Yep.
Kita software development ataupun website system lah, whatever system lah. So every build that you release on to live or production, you must manage what are the features that you deploy, what are the fixes that you deploy to the production server kan. Kalau you must manage you must manage very well lah kan. Kalau tak nanti dia akan redundant, dia akan jadi haywire lah kat sini. QA pun susah nak test.
I think it's common lah, Miss Farah. Macam example we have a system. So sometimes like ada problem and then we need to fix the patch. Nanti 1.1, 1.2 dia naik lah. Dia fix.
Patch.
Ada issues lah sometimes like. Huh?
You want server kot rasa ni?
Server only a firmware, tapi masalahnya sekarang ni because of everybody already go to cloud. So don't need to take care too much lah. Kalau you go to cloud, you don't need to take care. Like talking about security, talking about everything. Ada orang jaga untuk you lah. Kan? Much better you go to cloud. But unfortunately, cloud mahal. Memang mahal. Kan? Something is very expensive lah. Macam kalau you tengok dia punya harga semua kan. You tengok depends on what you're doing lah. Kalau benda kecil tu tak payahlah kan. Benda-benda small. Kan? Benda besar barulah you masuk cloud everything.
So kalau maksudnya Rush, if we go to the high level, macam you macam patching ke, you deployment kan, deployment biasa they list down all the list item that you want to deploy kan. So macam itulah dia high level. So kalau yang low level macam kita software versioning je lah kan. Kalau backup and recovery,
I don't think it's low level lah. I think most of people have their own job in IT. Whether it's support,
smaller scope. Ini smaller scope. I cakap kau buat kan satu kedai kopi tak, I bagi lecture kat sini. Smaller scope lah. Versioning control, software system, backup and recovery procedures kan. So you make sure that your team member or your company, organization, enterprise tu must have a backup and recovery procedure lah kan. Mesti kalau kena hack nanti susah kan. We must have a procedure lah. Kalau tak ada procedure, you have to discuss lah among the management and the team members what are the procedure that you need to do kan. If something happen to your data tu kan. Ataupun someone betray you and then bawa lari code ke apa kan, that is happen lah in the organization.
I rasa sekarang ni the new technology for Azure or AWS or everything is like canggih daripada kita sebelum ni using physical. Example, if anything is down, everything, so we need to build back everything, it will take some time. Tapi kalau sekarang ni, kalau you pakai macam cloud or AWS, everything, it will take you few minutes only to build the server. Yang itu yang tremendously blow your minds lah. Like before this, you are working down and then how you build the server is hard, takes time. But now you just click the finger, it's only a few minutes. Okay.
That is software level lah kan. Kalau kita boleh gunakan tools yang kita gunakan kat sini lah. Macam Azure, DevOps ke kan. That is the tools lah. Tapi kalau in the management, you need to have a procedure lah. Physically procedure kan. What happens, siapa nak backup, what the strategy. So error detection software. Error detection software is a software to detect lah apa masalah yang berlaku in your system. So So these are the integration lah, under integration. So dah habis. So chapter 13 done eh. Any question? So basically kat sini kita belajar tentang cryptography, authentication and integrity. So cryptography is to encode and decode data kan. Encryption, decryption. Tapi kalau authentication is to identify who you security level lah. Who are you kan? What you need to have, what you need to know. So kalau integrity ni you boleh cakap lah ini merangkumi, ini it is inclusive of this lah yang I cakap tadi.
Yes,
Ni apa tadi?
Oh,
This one. This is the last one.
yes, also.
So these are the integrity. So itu je lah for chapter 13. I would encourage you to tengoklah website ke ataupun research paper daripada orang lain kan. So in order to answer my paper. Tapi jangan payah panjang sangat kan. Kalau bagi 10 janganlah you buat essay panjang. I hope that you understand lah how to answer kan. I akan minta mungkin lah diagram ke. Janganlah
So it's okay
copy
kalau
paste
kita
macam ni.
bagi point form still okay, considerable kan? Sorry.
Kalau
kita bagi point form still okay kan? Tak payah apa.
Ya, nak you bagi dalam bentuk point form and then jangan bagi essay panjang lah. Senang.
I don't know how to do essay panjang for the technical part.
I don't know lah, maybe tengok student lah kan. So I hope that you can understand lah chapter 13 ni. Okay, so kita pergi ke chapter 14. Ni a bit technical lah. I'm not sure lah. Rasa budak business dia macam a bit pening lah about this kan. A bit technical things that I tak pergi deep lah chapter ni. Just very surface. Okay, key distribution center, public key, certification, firewall, and also ni lah firewall. Firewall ada packet filtering, application proxy and secret level gateway. So kat sini I nak bagi you pasal network layer lah. I'm not sure whether you still familiar or not with this. Azal, you are familiar with the network layer?
Oh,
Ni zaman
okay.
degree kot kita belajar kan. Kalau diploma, I think you ada under network subject.
Network ada.
You diploma in IT kan?
Yeah.
So diploma IT ada. So this is TCP/IP. So this is difference lah between OSI model and TCP/IP model. So dalam chapter ni I gunalah banyak lot about the layer lah, layer dalam ni. I can mention lah transport layer, network layer, data link layer, service layer. So kalau you tengok kat sini semua 1, 2, 3, 4 ni banyak in the back end lah kan. In the back end, lepas tu kalau 5, 6, 7 ni banyak in the front end lah yang kita nampak as the end user. This under application layer. So key distribution center. So what is the key distribution center? So KDC dia kata it is a cryptography, a system that is responsible for providing keys to users in a network that shares sensitive and private data. So each time a connection is established between two computers in network, they both request for KDC. So KDC ni dia akan generate a unique password that can use by end users for verification. So it is implemented as a domain service. It uses the Active Directory as it's a file database and also global catalog to directly refer to KDC in other domains. So that is public key lah. That is key distribution center. So fahamkan key distribution center?
The connection between server to user and then user to user.
So KDC ni center is a center macam dia simpan the key lah. So the responsible is to keep the key, to keep and provide the key. And also it will generate a unique password. So maksudnya macam you nak, if you want to use KDC, you need to get the key from KDC. get the key from KDC, and then baru you boleh do the cryptography. So dia kata cryptography is a system that responsible to provide keys and user in the network, dalam network tersebut, that share sensitive private data. Katakanlah you buka website bank tu, so meaning that you are in the same bank. Macam dekat pejabat, we are in the same network. So we use same network, same VPN, so we share same sensitive or private data. So dalam private network tu kita ada KDC lah yang provide the key. So each time the connection established between the computer, they need to request key from the KDC. So it can use by end-to-end users for verification. Okay, public key certification. What is public key certification? Kata public key certification certificate lah macam sijil. Tapi sijil kat sini is not sijil yang kita nampak physically kan. It is back end lah, back end certificate yang kalau you Google you nampak bentuk dia macam ni lah kan. Faham ke Raj?
Ya, faham.
It happen in the back end, it's not happen in the front end. Back end and then dia akan Raj, apa Zal, okay kan? Faham? So dalam certificate tu dia ada maklumat seperti digital signature or certificate authority, sender's public key, and also ada identifying information. So to verify a sender's identity to a recipient. So public key certificates are an established part of a secure network and internet communication. So kat sini public key certificate falls within the realm of, kalau you nak tengok certificate public key certification, I think Raj or Zal, you can Google lah bentuk macam mana rupa public key certification tu. You Google lah sekarang.
Tadi kita dah cover tadi public key.
Cover, tapi cover kita very surface. Ni kita a bit deep.
Detail lah, okay.
For cryptography jugalah. So kalau you Google bentuk dia macam ni lah. You cari lah macam-macam bentuk you Google dah online ni kan. Macam ni, dia ada information lah macam ni. So dalam tulisan terus ni, dalam ni ada information dia. Macam public key of Gillian Lin. This is the authority. Name Gillian Lee, email, this ada information lah. So public key, you use the first public key. And then dalam ni ada digital signature of CA. So kat sini macam a package of data kan. So public key consists of multiple components such as so dalam public key certificate itu mengandungi textual and numeric naming of the recipient of the document, the recipient digital signature, and also the certificate of this that render the public key. Okay, important data like the issued, expiration of the certificate, and also encryption algorithm and identifying code to show the authenticity of the certificate is included. Certificates are used for a limited time period. Must be renewed once or several times a year, and it can be revoked if circumstances warrant. Okay, certification authority. What is certification authority? So, certification authority is responsible for issuing the public key certificate. Dia yang mengeluarkan certificate, public key certificate, and can be private, commercial, or governmental in nature. Cuba you Google, who are the private key certification authority yang ada kat Malaysia?
I think MSC Trustgate lah, because MSC Trustgate dia banyak benda dia jual, CE boleh jual. I mean the authorities. So most of the company platform everything they buy from MSC Trustgate lah. Kan? I go to MSC Trustgate also.
Raj, if you look at the mcmc.gov.my kan, ada kat Malaysia MCMC ni, dia kata dia I Google lah. Tak boleh buka kat sini, tapi kat handphone I boleh buka.
Dia still loading lagi, lambat loading.
MCMC pun lambat.
Tak dengar apa dia?
IC pun slow.
Raya.
Ya.
Kalau you tengok dekat you dapat buka, dia kata macam siapa Zal kata Trustgate,
Trustgate, MSC Trustgate.
CM Technology Services.
I think MSC Target tu monopoli banyak. Monopoli everything ambil daripada dia.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, all providers like if you go to all the provider kan, and you ask lah where do you get your CA or your everything. MSC Target, I think it belongs to government.
Good reputation. So maknanya dia Trustgate ni ada good reputation lah.
Tak juga, kalau you tengok masa I tahu dia pun submit dia ada submit the tenders everything lah. So I know that dia also provider, they also doing their job lah, like digital signatures everything. They also provider, and then they also who give the key. But they are not good on the service side lah, but they producing the key lah. So everybody kena ambil daripada dia lah. So maksudnya tak payah buat apa-apa lah. Tak payah buat apa-apa. Everybody follow you lah. Everybody take for you lah. No need to do business. Everybody take from you lah. The key.
Just provide the key je kan.
So that's why I was like surprised there are company like this. Kan. Dia hanya provide key sajalah.
Okay. So I don't have any experience dealing with this company or this service provider kan yang provide the keys, but if you have the experience or pernah deal with this company ke, which is good. It is good to know lah kan.
Yeah, I dealing most of like post digit set, right? Post digit set, you must know they are monopolies around 80% of digital signatures lah. Post digit set you nampak tu kan, dia monopoly 80%. But they using the second party punya benda lah semua. Dia punya services.
Second party.
I them lah most of them.
Alright.
Yeah.
So it's good lah kalau you faham lah benda macam ni kan. So sama Raj, do you have any experience with this? I tak tahulah, this is based on my reading lah kan, or sharing experience macam ni lah. So these are the certificate authority. So they issue the public key to the users kan. Who are the users? Users could be enterprise macam private ke commercial or government nature. Okay, so you boleh relate kan? Okay, private and commercial authorities, they typically charge for the issuance of digital certification. They charge, they make money. So which are accepted by most internet-based and web browsing application. Macam you kata Trustgate tu kan? Dia charge juga kan? You bayar berapa tahun kat dia?
I tak bayar. I bayar provider bayar dekat Trustgate. Example, digital provider dia ada banyak kan? Ada banyak dekat Malaysia ni kan? Tapi dia take from Trustgate lah.
So they charge.
Berapa bayaran tu Zal? Lebih kurang?
Apa dia?
Estimation harga dia berapa biasa bayar tu?
Oh, it depends on contract, bro. Because of when you talking about dollar and cents, like different, bro. Double ball game. It's not different. When you talk to dollar and cents, macam-macam jadi. It depends how good you are negotiate with them lah. Okay. If you have users, you have like 30,000 users, you can play with them very well. Okay. So they want your business, right? So you can charge per users, up to you lah dengan dorang. I evaluate sub tenders lah. I'm a evaluate tenders lah. Example digital signatures, everything. I evaluate them lah. So I know who's the key, who the person, and then from there I know lah who they take the key actually. Okay. So also MSC Trustgate also is a providers, but they have the key license. They create the key. So everybody take from them. So dia pun provider. So you don't need to do business lah, bro. Everybody take from you. You kaya. Betul tak? You tak payah buat business lain. Kita lah, you kaya.
Maybe
dia dah monopoli semua benda tu.
maybe apa ni Raj, I think if you up to the level macam project manager kan, you need to know lah what are the certification authority, which company you want to select, how much the price, the pricing kan, how to deal with the vendor, macam tu lah. Tapi kalau macam QA macam I ni kan, QA kita just not up to that lah kan, tapi it's good to know lah kan, mantau kan in the future, but we have also involved in many projects kan, so that's how it works lah, the next level. Okay, this entity takes steps to protect against the manipulation of certificate and help to maintain the confidentiality or sensitivity of the data held within the certificate. So although it is ultimately up to the university website to determine the communication safety, the certification authorities also obliged to trust, to verify and amplify those of whom they issue the public key certificates. So that is the public certificate issuer. Okay, firewall. So firewall, I think all of us are familiar with firewall kan. So firewall is a software or hardware that can be configured to block data from the system location, application or host ports, while still allowing relevant and necessary data to pass through. So this is definition lah. So make sure you give a correct definition lah during the exam. Jangan cerita lebih-lebih, cerita panjang, tak nak lah. You just give me what is the how to define this. I cerita lah. Firewall are used to block unauthorized access or to form networks that have different levels of trust. So they work by enforcing security policies are used to prevent malicious actors from gaining access to private network connected to the internet. So firewall may be implemented through hardware, software or combination of both. So faham kan? So kalau macam manager level ke apa, you need to determine lah kan which firewall you want to use, where to put the firewall.
How many layer of firewall you want?
Macam kita, I tak ada experience handling firewall. So Zal mesti have a lot of experience with firewall.
Oh, I rasa almost of my life lah.
Your life.
Yeah. Setting
so
up the things, setting up the network, semua lah.
So we all bukan orang network kan, so we are not familiar with the diagram ke the structure of the network, but we know lah, we know.
I think
So-
most of people know, only that implementations like
Implementation wise, we don't really lah.
Cisco have different programming, cara you nak masuk. I mean, FortiGate also have a different, but the basic is still the same.
So if you ask me as the layman users, I don't care about firewall as long as I can access internet. Too much of restriction is very annoying kan. You nak buka ni tak boleh, you want to open an app, play video pun tak boleh. Lots of restriction policies. So sometimes it's a bit annoying lah to the staff like me.
I think nowadays is not like that level anymore because of everything is open. Because of course you have social media, everything. But that is a part of money also involved. So you need to be open, everything stuff. But you need to have a good, I mean your security wise, everything you need kena pakai lah, kena bagus-bagus lah pakai macam CrowdStrike ke apa kan. So to take not only a firewall, you need to have a good security measure.
Security system.
Firewall is one thing lah, security is one thing lah. So kena bind together lah. Yeah.
So okay, why firewall is important?
Right, these days kan, dorang ada macam yang besar-besar, dorang ada third party who take care the firewall and switch lah. Ya, dia lah macam syarikat besar, dia ada satu company yang akan jaga. Oh, dia say macam Accenture kan, dia ada part yang network punya part tau.
They manage the network and firewall securities.
So, but when we dealing with them, you kena faham lah network macam mana nak dealing dengan dorang nak cakap. Because of his jargon words lah, kalau you cakap dengan dia orang kan, so you kena faham cakap. So, how you want to say to them, everything, which VLAN, and then you say that, okay, you need to do port filtering on this thing, blah, blah, blah. You need to open this thing. Kadang-kadang tu, I saw that people are making so complex. They make the network so complex. Nanti you tak faham lah. Bila ni tak boleh cakap dengan ni. Bila ni tak boleh cakap ni. Habis lah you. Right. And then when it goes to user expectation, habis lah.
Mhm.
Macam-macam lah. Okay. So, you have to make them simple, but security is tight lah. Bagi I lah.
So mana tahu lepas ni rush di project manager tu kan.
Lama
Then
lagi.
you have to select firewall or select the company who
Hmm.
provide the services, and then you need to understand lah a bit why the firewall is important. The brand ke apa ke, the topology ke, the structure, how to structure the firewalls, and those
Yeah,
those
because
are important lah for the project manager.
I
You want
think
to
right.
start a company ke?
Ada. I mean, for project managers lah, the only things is like dia ada banyak stakeholders lah dekat keliling dia lah. Macam he have a project team members, network, software. And then you have your stakeholders dekat belakang you.
Stakeholders.
So you have to talk lemon term with them. So you talk to your team members, IT works or whatever. When you talk to your stakeholder, dah tukar lemon terms, you dah tukar. Stations is there. So you have to be in the middle of ground lah. Tapi as far I know, as far I know, Miss Farah, now these days, they have agile, they have like hybrid project methodology lah. But agile don't have a project managers.
Kita ada project managers. Okay.
Ada project manager. If you talking about hybrid, for apa benda semua kan yang all the old one, they have project manager. Only one project manager, not two project one lah. Tapi agile tak ada. But most of the company now these days like telco besar-besar semua big companies everything, they can implement agile. They will implement agile. Macam my company tak boleh because of the structures of the infrastructures of the company organization. Dia tak boleh buat agile.
Okay. You agile lah Raja.
Yeah, I say agile lah. Honest
Kita
agile.
banyak project manager guna agile.
I tak pakai agile.
Oh, you apa? Waterfall?
I hybrid.
Hybrid.
Hybrid. Hybrid pening lah. Hybrid pening. How to manage.
Itulah. So that's the thing. So that's why I when I submit for agile certification tak lulus lah.
So you ni PSR yang dekat Sabah Sarawak lah.
I Sabah Sarawak dengan Brunei.
Oh, Sabah Sarawak Brunei. So you have another team in Malaysia lah, Semenanjung.
I have my own team. I taking my own team.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's different lah. Macam structure you different sikit lah. East Malaysia punya structure different.
Pelik. But I don't know. I thought QSR only in Semenanjung kan, but seems that they have IT in Sabah Sarawak. So maksudnya besar lah kan dia nak support.
Besar tapi nak cakap kan we are more profitable lah. We are more profitable with others lah. It's just like you are profitable and then you are big and then they have like different scenarios lah how we do it. You talking about logistic wise besar kan? How you it also different. Kan? So a person must know the whole situations of Sabah Sarawak Brunei lah, how they work. It's not different, but basically you understand them.
Okay. Alright. So kita continue So mana tahu lepas ni now we are working as QA. Mana tahu nanti after 3 years ke 50 our age 50 kan. Maybe kita akan form a company kan. Form a company to open be a consultant ke, provide a freelance advisor kan.
By the way, when I'm talking about that mobile punya, I mean fintech kan, there are so many fun, there's so many grant, there's so many fun.
There's so many?
Fun and grant.
Fun.
Grant. Yeah. Which I read during that time lah. I think so many bank provide the things lah. Macam, you know, I was like so surprised. So that's why you see that I thought banyak fintech, but you never heard before. But there are so many fintech.
So, itulah. Maybe I need to go to next level project manager ke lepas ni.
Tak perlu.
Ah,
You just make the idea setting.
idea maybe kalau I boleh lecturing and QA kan. So mana tahu kan dah tua-tua kan, boring-boring kan mengajar kan. Macam tu lah. That's my intention lah kan. I don't know lah
Yeah.
what's your plan after this. I think most of us on IT we can survive as a freelancer kan.
Boleh,
Okay,
I think can lah. I mean, like you can lah, because you doing the testing software, the you can start lah. Macam I susah sikit lah.
you dah managerial area kan.
So it's hard for me lah because of right now is I already like manage team, support everything
You
kan.
open the company for us lah.
Kan. But
Open
one
company
thing,
for people like us. No,
but
of course lah, you will hire younger staff kan.
tapi I tell you straight lah, banyak benda yang I tak suka actually is big data.
Big data
I suka sangat big data. It's a complex thing lah for me. So complex. Yeah.
Okay, big mesti ada banyak operation transaction. Of course dia ada big data kan.
One, you have, when you're talking about big data, you're talking of so many things. Your past data pun kena fikir. Where is the platform also you kena fikir. And how you synchronize everything in one big data kan. Wah, ni I tak mau cerita. Sakit kepala.
Nanti I kena study lah juga apa what is QSR doing ya. I tahu KFC dia ada apa chain of restaurants in Malaysia, Singapore semua kan.
Dia ada macam hatchery. Hatchery start from the eggs until the chickens, everything.
Dia ada farm semua lah.
Ada farm semua, dia ada big farm, everything, they're doing everything. And then they have like live sauce. Dia ada ayam mas. Kan? Yeah. So that's the thing. So. Okay.
Which is, I think it's good to know lah because we are from different industry kan. If you ask me and Raj, we are more on the services provider, services solution and provider for the companies. Macam last time I was in halal industry, so that's why I used to deal with USR. And then halal, I pernah masuk industri, I banyak kepada services lah for the government kan. Immigration semua tu, tapi I tak ada pernah masuk dalam industri macam ni lah, this chain, food F&B chain industry.
Tapi I rasa Ms. Farah, kalau you talking about industry lah, I think the government we should have a big tender. Macam yang besar-besar ni government dia yang besar-besar.
Company besar. Ada juga company kecil. Ada juga company kecil.
Besar-besar lah. Macam example, you say that vending machine nak buat the system everything kan, itu besar tu. I don't think government will do that. There was someone macam vending machine. Ingat tak yang Rafi Ramli cakap dia nak buat vending machine dengan nasi lemak semua tu.
Kat mana tu?
Dia buat vending machine. Macam vending machine.
Ada kan? Ada.
Vending machine ada tapi nasi lemak. Dia letak nasi lemak semua apa benda semi goreng semua lah.
Ada but it's frozen.
No, they want to do the real one actually.
Alah, basi lah kan.
I tak tahu macam mana but but that is something that you need to develop, you need to do so many things. You talking about IT wise, everything banyak tu kena buat.
I would prefer the fresh nasi lemak compared to the frozen nasi lemak.
So I tak tahu macam mana nak buat. I was like, sometimes I would keep thinking, how you want to do actually? Like, you're talking about so many things and then you manage the things. Some department need to manage the thing, right? Some message need to, tapi mesti ada tender. Kalau dia tak kena nak buat kan. So that is a very big actually. Kan? You cover satu Malaysia. So everything come like initiative come from the governments, but kebanyakan IT memang buat duit. Macam betul-betul buat duit. Because of I tengok macam hospital system, the other day my friends lah cakap tender keluar. Dia bukan tender macam sikit-sikit 200 million, 100 million.
Di billion ke?
Dia main million lah macam 200 million. Wow, besar tu. 100 million. Dia macam takut lah, dengar takut lah. Macam government saja yang boleh buat tender yang besar-besar macam ni lah. For me lah.
But they need to set up lah kot, of course kan.
Yeah, so the tender is quite expensive lah. I think, tapi you kena ada macam strong financial lah, because of diorang pun bayar lambat semua kan. So you have to have a control, strong financials lah, to survive.
I think Mahindra is one of the big company. It's a software. We're focusing on the software Mahindra.
Yep.
Macam MyEG banyak, dia banyak solution and then dia banyak kepada Anthony Loke kan. Anthony Loke punya department transport MOT, JPJ lah dia cakap. Tapi ada je juga kalau dibaca.
Yeah, I just want to ask this question, Ms. Farah, regarding that yang I tak tahu yang JPJ tak payah nak letak apa, orang kata tak payah letak road tax apa benda tu, apa je. And then orang gaduh kan. Lepas tu orang gaduh pasal dia punya data non-compliance, everything, people can get everything. I pun tak tahu. Lepas tu senyap.
I pun dengar ada orang gaduh-gaduh tapi
sekarang
semua orang
dah
okey
pakai
je
dah,
senyap.
dah tak guna dah.
Tak ada guna lah, boleh lah.
Dah pakai handphone dah.
No data
Ada
issues lah.
masalah pun okey je. Tak ada data issues. Tapi dalam macam kalau macam I tak tahu lah you physical ke non physical. I punya non physical kan, tak ada road tag kan.
Tak ada road tag
Tapi kita boleh download My JPJ app tu, ada je your
road tag
tag
itu ada
dalam.
dalam. Ya.
So let's say polis kan, katakan you ada roadblock, polis dia masuk je your apa?
Nombor
Plate
kereta.
number. Dan ada. Dah lah, jalan lah. Tak ada susah. Senang je.
Sekarang I rasa most of the time dia orang tak check dah. I rasa sekarang most of the time dia orang tak check road tag dah sekarang road tax. Jarang dia orang check road tag sekarang.
Tak check. I tak tahulah dia orang check ke tak check. Maybe ada you nampak ada 6 polis, 7 polis, seorang check road tag, seorang check apa penyamun ke.
Maybe.
Seorang check. Benda-benda lain lah kesalahan. I tak tahulah, mungkin mesti ada seorang yang check. Pasal
Just for your information, Ms. Farah, if you are in Sabah, setahun maybe sekali je dia tengok orang buat roadblock.
tak ada roadblock.
Tahu dia tengok sekali je.
Sekali. Okay.
Sekali.
Sekali je tengok.
Seronok
Seronok tu lah. Tapi kalau dia roadblock satu, dia pergi main I tak faham kadang-kadang polis ni, dia pergi main road pagi-pagi, dia roadblock. Jam lah. Sometimes I don't understand them lah. Diorang nak just want to follow dia macam apa dia punya SOP ke, untuk macam they have like macam satu tahun kena buat roadblock berapa kan. So they do the things. But sometimes it doesn't make sense lah for me. Like early in the morning, pagi kan. Tapi kurang lah roadblock dekat Sabah ni kurang. That's why nampak budak-budak bawa kereta bawa kereta.
Kat sana ada banyak merempit kan?
Ada.
Tak ada?
Ada.
No. Kat sini banyak
Ada.
Then no need roadblock lah.
No need roadblock, kita tak ada roadblock, tak ada toll.
Agaknya because of less masalah masalah kesalahan lalu lintas kan, macam tak ada basikal lajak ke rempit and thing. So tapi kadang-kadang roadblock ni dia nak tangkap penyamun perompak ke orang yang buat jenayah kan.
Kalau dia tahu yang penjenayah tu dia akan lalu jalan tu, memang dia akan letak blok. Dia memang intention nak tangkap dia, tapi sekali dia dah tangkap orang lain sekali.
Masalah. Orang lain sekali tahan. Itulah. Okay, so itu dah dia. Tapi kalau mabuk ke kat Sabah Sarawak, orang memalu drunk pun driver tak ada, selamat ke sana?
Drunk driver banyak because of the way that Sabah dia orang suka minum, because of their population is not Muslim actually. The population is other races. So what happen is kalau you nak tahu macam drunk banyak tak banyak, you pergi hari Jumaat, hari Sabtu, you duduk dekat balai polis tu, balai polis traffic tu, you will get the things that ada orang langgar hari lah, ada orang dia lah mabuk kan.
Tapi mungkin kurang accident kot.
Kita banyak macam accident dia langgar tu, dia tak langgar you, dia langgar tebing ke, dia langgar semua ke, dia langgar, dia lari ke, macam. So like example dia punya langgar lari macam mabuk tu banyak because of you just want to see, you just go on Friday and Saturday duduk dekat balai polis. Mesti punya lah, mesti satu. Tiada punya lah, that is I think because of their nature lah. Kan, nature kan. That's how lah, macam Sabah Sarawak macam tu. Yeah.
Okay. So that is the importance lah kalau you I cakap ni pasal internet traffic should enter exit your network. Ni pasal firewall kan, I cakap kita merepek-repek pergi ke tempat lain.
Yeah.
Block. I cakap pasal apa project manager and your future after you retired tu kan. Okay, network firewall organization job is to monitor incoming and outgoing traffic and also it ada allow of block it. So I think all of us here are aware lah kan the function of firewall kan. The importance is to filter lah the information incoming and outgoing traffic in your network. So they help protect the network for such threats seperti malware, exploits and also malicious website. And then because some immediate consequences of firewall breach are company-wide outage, which result of the productivity loss. Longer term problems include data breaches and reputation damage. So kalau you dengar bank macam APF, apa APF? Apa so kena hack. So bila dah kena hack, dah alamak tak selamat habis lah duit aku semua dalam tu habis macam ni. So that is reputation lah kan. Kalau you dengar any bank yang senang easily hacked by hackers or intruders, so macam reputation of the bank itself. So if your personal computer does not have a firewall, so viruses, malware and hackers can open access and even take over your device completely. So in other instance, even if your computer is without a firewall, as long as the network is attached is protected. You can also enjoy a degree of security because of the firewall is still with your device and access on the internet. So ada satu, I don't know, I'm not sure lah. There's one TikTok lah during the tengah hot lah awal-awal perang apa Israel Gaza, and then they said that at night you have to disconnect your your handphone dengan apa dengan modem kan, kena disconnect or switch off your modem at night when you are not using your network. So dia kata there are lots of intruders lah can damage your devices or dia boleh access lah your handphone at night ke apa kan, katanya lah kan. So kita sebagai end users kat sini kita okay, just follow je lah apa guide orang katakan pada masa tu. So this is firewall lah. Kalau in a network, if I ask you to draw a firewall, then you can draw this lah kan. This is internet, this is modem, these are the personal computers. So in a organization, you need to have a firewall lah. Kalau kat rumah tak payahlah firewall kan. So this is a firewall in LAN 1. This is an example lah. If you go Google ni, I just Google je. Pick pictures randomly on the internet to show where the firewall is positioned in the network. So that you can understand lah. Kalau student business yang ambil this subject, they find this topic is very hard for them to understand lah kan. Because it is like a jargon for them lah. What is one? Firewall, what is firewall? It's very difficult to let them understand. Okay, firewall, here are some different firewall types. And with suitable with the function, they have different function as well. So packet layer, we have certificate level. So application layer. So these are the types of firewall. So packet level, cakap kuat. Tiba-tiba ni senyap bang. Tadi dia bising, dia pasal dia tengah blender kan. So I boleh lah suara. Ni blender dah senyap, tak ada. Tahan sikit. So firewall yang pertama, packet layer. Packet layer analyze traffic in the transport protocol layer. At the transport protocol layer, application can communicate with each other using the specific protocol. So kita protocol TCP/IP and also UDP. user diagram protocol. So the firewall examines the data packet at this layer, looking for malicious code that can impact your network or device. So if a data packet is identified as a potential threat, the firewall will hapuskanlah, get rid it off. Kalau so I highlight kat sini lah, kalau packet layer dia works at the transport protocol layer. Where is transport protocol layer? So I dah bagi you dekat atas ni kan, this diagram. So you tengok lah kat mana transport protocol layer. Oh, transport protocol layer is here lah kan. Boleh kan Raj?
Yep.
Zal faham kan?
Faham.
So at the earlier I bagi this diagram so that you can understand lah what I'm talking about in the slides. Kalau I kata transport layer, packet layer work at the transport layer protocol. Yeah. So you refer lah to the upper diagram kan. So the transport layer protocol application tadi. So circuit level, the firewall at the circuit level is positioned as a layer between the transport layer and also application layer. So where is the transport layer? Where is the application layer? Again, you need to refer to the above diagram. You need to see lah transport layer kat sini. Transport layer, network layer kat sini. In between lah. Kat tengah-tengah ni duduk kat sini. Okay. Dibaca lah kat sini. Application layer, an application layer firewall makes sure that only valid data exists at the application level. So application layer, you refer to the TCP/IP diagram, they're on the application layer before allowing it pass through. So this is accomplished through a set of application specific policies that allow of communication send to the application or those application sends out. So I think this layer application firewall ni kita nampak lah dekat browser kita kan. Kita boleh ni more on the application layer ni adalah layer yang kita nampak lah dekat bahagian end user. Okay, kalau proxy server captures and examine all the information going into or coming out of the network. So proxy server acts like a separate computer between your device and the internet. So it has its own IP address that your computer connects to. So as information comes out and goes out of the proxy server, it is filtered and harmful data is caught and discarded. That is proxy server. Kalau software firewalls, apa pula? Dia duduk dekat firewall like application level. The most common kind of software firewall can be found on most personal computers. It works by inspecting data packet that flows to and from your device. So this is software firewalls. So faham kan? Kita pasal firewall, types of firewall kan? Raj, okay? Ni pening? So basically firewall is to filter the information kan? Filter of the data coming in and coming out of your network. In the same network. So kat sini lah, these are the types of firewall. The concept behind packet layer filtering is to examine each packet of an approved source and destination of the application. So packet filtering can be done on the routers. Macam ni, network layer firewall define packet filtering with rule set which provide highly efficient security mechanism. Packet filtering is also known as packet filtering. So packet filtering, dia kata check source and destination of IP address. So after IP address, the packet considered secure and verified. Because of the sender may use the different application and programs, the packet filtering also check source and also destination protocols. Okay, packet filtering also verify source and destination port of the address. Some packet filters are not intelligent and able to memorize use packet. However, other packet filters can memorize to just use packet item. Kat sini yang penting ni, I akan tanya lah types of firewall. Okay. Kita dah kat ni. There are 6 types of firewalls. 5 types of firewall. You give me okay, packet layer. What is certificate layer? What is the application layer of firewall? Proxy firewall, software firewalls. Give me 5 lah. Explain. Yang ni semua tak apa-apa nak highlightkan sangat lah. So make sure you know lah what the difference between this firewall. Basically what is the function of firewall? generally apa dia function firewall? You tahu kan? Kita tahu, I understand that you have a lot of experience in firewall apa semua kan. But theoretically during the exam you need to know lah. Give me the firewall definition, defines and jangan confuse lah. Macam tadi maybe yalah, kita ada banyak pengalaman tapi kita dah go through lots of topics kan, nanti pening. Cryptography tu apa, integrity tu apa. Now we go to firewall. Okay, this is the application proxy. Application proxy on the application network layer lah. The application proxy of the application proxy server receive request intended for another server and acts like the proxy of the client obtain the requested service. You overuse and use an application proxy server when the client or the server are incompatible for direct connection. Incompatible For example, the client cannot meet the security authentication requirement of the server but need to permitted some services. So macam orang macam Zal tu, they need to know lah which firewall you want to use lah in the organisation or in your department ataupun your organisation. Betul kan Zal kan?
Tapi back then, I mean dulu kan, I mean like 6 years ago, proxy is quite important lah, proxy server macam now these days tak very important lah. There's so many applications which are able to do what they do lah, the proxy server. Kan, ada banyak lah in terms of security lah. Those days very important lah. Kan, in terms of infra lah. So,
Infra lah, ni biasa orang infra lah. Tak tahu lah benda ni. So kalau apa ni, kalau I tak tahu, I used to work with the security company. Sometimes we have issues lah. Contoh macam website ada hacker, ada orang nak try hack our system. And then, then orang infra busy lah. Tu je yang nampak, I tak tahu lah apa benda dia buat kan. Technically, server apa semua kan. The server people really busy lah. Dah masuk dalam big server tu. I tak tahu apa benda dia buat. Rush?
No, I think they find the log. Actually, one is the log and
Dia find the log, dia manage lah, the manager dia kan.
they find the log, everything where it goes. Proxy server can able to dulu
Server nak working lah. Why your server proxy like this lah? Example lah. Tapi tak adalah teruk sampai hilang tu, tak ada, tak pernah. Biasalah kan sikit-sikit. Ancaman tu ada lah.
Yeah.
Bila blackout. Contoh, biasalah. Blackout kan biasa kan, selalu berlaku kan. Bangunan lama and then selalu blackout. But you have to manage, you must have a procedure or SOP to make sure that your server room tak blackout sekali. So that is how to manage lah benda-benda macam ni. So make sure your procedure tak off sekali, tak down. I think ada satu masa blackout lama, satu Malaysia ke apa. It's like macam how many hours 7 hours. Ada, I think 2000, masuk 2019 masa tu. So tapi I sebagai orang staff biasa, I seronok lah balik blackout, work from home, my house not blackout.
I think sekarang ni susah Miss Farah because of sekarang ni dah ada genset apa benda semua, so it's hard for you lah. It's going to be up lah all the time.
Be out lah kalau company yang salah kan.
Satu power left, power datang balik. Lepas tu ada power lagi UPS semua kan.
UPS power. Tapi power tu akan down juga kan. And then alamak lagi berapa persen dia lagi. Siapa boleh ke support ni? Tu macam kita risau lah, boleh ke? Macam kat sini pun kita ada juga UPS server UPS yang backup the power kan.
APC
lah.
people
On off je. I rush lah to on and off the UPS kalau blackout. Nanti blackout, okay. So the system, people cannot use the system. Macam mana ni? Tengok UPS pun down sebab tak ada power. UPS is like backup power kan. Backup power for the servers, your network lah.
Tapi ada yang UPS yang bagus tau. Macam for me lah, ada yang UPS yang for the local macam terminal kan, yang bagus lah. Yang they help you to, ada yang UPS APC yang bagus tau. Kan, kalau you down kan, dia bagi tahu you kena close the things, everything. Ada yang bagus. So it's easier for you to understand that, you boleh cover dengan less kan. But I think it's not an issue right now lah. I mean, for building everything, they have the genset everything now these days kan.
So depends on the company how much they want to invest in this kind of stuff kan. So
Yeah.
nanti you jadi project manager Rush, you kena tahu lah proxy down, okay. The following list shows the characteristics of the application proxy. Breaks the TCP connection between the client server and while IP forwarding is required. So these are the characteristics of the application proxy. The most common proxy type adalah HTTP. This is on our browser kan. Lepas tu most HTTP they also can handle HTTPS. Kita another proxy yang kita guna adalah SMTP. So I think we just read lah apa definition ni basic yang kita gunakan ni. So the main drawback of the application proxy is that they must support the application in which they are performing the proxy function. Okay, the most common proxy type yang sama. Okay, so a circuit level gateway is a firewall that provides CDP. Dia kata dia gunakan dia ada transmission protocol connection security between OSI, the OSI model transport and application layer such as session layer. I baca lah sebenarnya. These are the circuit level gateway. So this is TCP versus UDP communication. So these are the diagram lah. I tak tanya lah, ni sebenarnya tak berapa penting tapi it's good to know lah for you. Okay, so any question? I think we have covered all chapters. So I hope that you can understand lah. Mana I punya ni? Okay, this one. So we cover chapter 1 to chapter 7 for the chapter 6 kan, for the midterm. So we will cover chapter 7 until chapter 14. I think should be no problem lah. I think it should be okay lah that because this is just elective and not deep lah. I think I believe that you can answer my question very well lah.
Ada tips lah.
Tips dia, jangan salah jawab lah. If I ask this, jawab macam ni. Jangan benda-benda yang
Meaning is ada macam section yang patut kita baca like, that kind of things.
Dia open book
Open book
exam.
exam.
Okay.
Open book, you need to download. This is what the SKC told me, Mr. Nas. He said that you need to download the question, and then from there you are given 7 days lah. You can answer.
Okay.
7 days, and so you have your ample time lah to refer to the websites of any other to the websites lah inside my notes kan. But please make sure that you use your own words, don't copy and paste, because they have system lah, pre-guarantee system. When Razak have the system, so nanti kalau you get caught and susah kan. I think all lecturers give you this kind of reminder, betul tak? Ada subjek lain yang online exam ke?
Tapi kalau you nak cakap plagiarism, macam example network, basically it's almost macam ayat tu macam sama je kan.
Sama.
Network apa benda semua kan, it's just like kan a same language lah, macam mostly lah. For me lah.
Okay lah, jadi you jangan copy 100% macam tu dah. Sudah dah kan? Digital investment, I think most of the benda ni I discuss in the class pasal apa, advanced robotic, tahu kan? Kita advanced robotic ada cerita pasal robot dalam industri, robot dalam F&B, robot dalam hospitality, robot dekat mana? Robot digunakan untuk ketenteraan, robot untuk sports. You can contohlah. Tapi kalau I minta you contoh robot, macam mana robot boleh membantu meningkatkan productivity dalam manufacturing, and at the same time tapi kan macam contoh IKEA, I rasa pada pendapat IKEA dia dah ganti terminal dia kan, instead of cashier, human cashier, dia dah ganti self cashier kan, self cash out. Maksudnya user je scan and then make your own self payment, dah balik kan.
Oh, rasa banyak.
Banyak dah kan.
Pasar raya banyak, dekat Decathlon banyak.
Tapi kenapa tak turunkan harga? Bila buang dah kurangkan staff, tak turunkan harga. Orang dah tak kerja kan, digunakan
Ya.
semua kita kena buat sendiri.
Ya, tapi yang teruknya macam kalau ada problem satu hal lagi lah.
Tapi
Ada
sama juga
problem
dengan
ada
tool.
Mina?
Kan?
Dulu tool ada yang collect cashier. Sekarang tool tak ada cashier tapi harga tak kurang juga.
Tak kurang juga kan. Betul juga kan. Sekarang dah buat RFID dan sebagainya kan.
So the company maximize the profit lah.
That's their main intention. Yep.
Betul juga kan.
Ya.
So, learning and then digital investment, I have mentioned dalam kelas banyak kali pasal online trading ke, Rais ke, Wahid, benda-benda macam tu lah. What are the criteria, why digital investment is like a trend for today kan. So I would encourage you to do the digital investment kat sini. I ada baca pasal Touch and Go, you can make money with Touch and Go, sebab Touch and Go dia bagi dividend kat you kan. So you should know lah about that. TikTok pun ada banyak baca lah. And then COVID is a IT governance tool for auditing in your company. So let's say you open a company one day, I think biasa student master dia akan end up as an entrepreneur lah in IT. Not all lah, but some of us lah kan. Mana tahu after this you open a company, you have a business partners kan. So you need to govern your IT companies. So you need to use what are the audit tools. So COVID lah. COVID is one of the tools you can use to govern your IT for auditing. So what is the apa criteria or apa tu benefits that offers by COVID? Itu je lah dalam apa kita belajar kan. So face recognition, voice recognition and fingerprinting. Why we use face record, this biometric record, this biometric authentication ni? Why we need all this? Why we need? I bagi you link kan dalam WhatsApp kan. So those links is good lah for you to refer. Bukan masuk exam je, also untuk macam to understand more better lah kan, instead of my note kan. Dia boleh elakkan fraud lah, apa berbagai kan. Mobile banking, kita ada bincang utilization, satisfaction and loyalty. So benda-benda macam tu lah, you try to baca the articles yang I bagi kat you semua kan. And then peer-to-peer network computing, ni kita belajar pasal topologi kan. Ingat tak Raj?
Ya, topologi.
Topologi network. Ada peer-to-peer. For LAN, we commonly use peer-to-peer. Kalau one, kita guna grid computing network kan. Hybrid. So you draw lah what is the advantage, what is the drawback of the topology. So tadi kita belajar this 13 lah. Chapter 13 and chapter 14. So chapter 14 ni lah. Cryptography. So any other thing that you want to discuss with me? You have like another banyak jam lagi, like 40 minutes. Anything? So critic paper is on Tuesday kan? Jangan lambat-lambat sangat nanti I kelang kabut nak baca. Term paper on Wednesday.
Term paper tu boleh exclude tak?
Apa ni?
Boleh exclude tak?
Okay lah, I need to submit.
Kena cari bank more.
Or you want to suggest tukar scope ke?
Tukar kepada quiz ke, something like that.
Cannot. But if you think that you macam it's very difficult to get the title within the scope kan, I kata minta AI kan. Tapi you rasa macam it's very difficult to get that, then you need to suggest me lah which scope that you want to buy, but make sure both of you agree.
Soal?
Tapi I rasa kalau yang bank tu macam you kena banyak baca lah, because at the same time you need to somebody which know the directions of the companies lah, on the AI lah. That is, I tak tahu lah, kena cari orang lah. Takkan nak baca news artikel tu boleh.
Term paper, this is your term paper kan. So I need under the guidance of instructor, each student to develop a term paper. So each student is expected to discuss the important issues of managerial economics and select a study case using topics of the manual of for managerial economics. The objective of development paper are to incorporate learning and in class and also outside of the class. Contoh macam I kata minta AI and readiness of AI technology among financial institution. Tak mesti bank, kan boleh dekat insurance ke kan. Tapi AI technology you can say that face recognition to avoid the fraud. AI technology in Malaysia. Google jap susah sangat cari topik ni. AI ni siapa ni? Raj and Fuzal. AI tak semestinya AI you can say that face recognition kan. What are the topics under AI?
Tapi AI tu macam broad sangat kan dia punya.
Yeah, that's why lah. AI is very broad. You can specifically lah face recognition ke what anything lah inside the AI. Sebab kita dah belajar dalam AI tu ada macam-macam kan. The exploratory of human behavior. Dia menggunakan face, facial statement in Malaysia. Ada juga a few lah yang perlu baca kat sini. Malaysia ready to face it, the intention to use. Ni you boleh baca ni. You boleh baca, mungkin you boleh cari pasal campaign ke. Ada PDF This is only citation. Ini citation abstract sama lah. You check it out. Google lah macam mana. Lagi under AI you boleh bagi AI. Kita dah belajar kan AI.
Tapi ada juga ada macam Finbank dia ada launch dia punya robo advisors.
Robot advisors is also AI.
Tapi dia punya nak dapatkan data pasal that robo advisors tu yang it's very minimal lah, because of kita tahu macam news sajalah.
That one can be included as well. Can say supported this news. This one dia baru launch. Can we say lah launch tu mungkin ada artikel or newsletter yang cakap dia launch bila kan. The link tu you bagi lah the link provided the link.
Tapi yang because it is 2000 wording, it need to be something lah which are about that. Kan tulis juga kan pasal dia punya weakness, dia punya strength semua. Kan. Tapi kita tempat tak tahu juga. Because dia baru launch kan.
Dia baru launch advanced robotic. So kalau you rasa susah financial institution, you nak cakap apa?
Financial institution kalau
Or businesses in Malaysia.
businesses Malaysia boleh. Okay.
Raj, are you agree with that?
Yes.
If you think that financial institution, banking, insurance, apa semua susah nak cari bahan, maybe I can open a bit lagi.
Businesses.
Kalau business besar lagi lah scope dia betul tak? You can masukkan bank apa semua.
Boleh.
Organisation. Okay lah. Cari lah apa-apa business pun yang ada kat Malaysia ni yang menggunakan you boleh cerita lah restaurant ke kilang kan lah. Better lah, senang.
Boleh.
So if you need to discuss with me about your paper, you just let me know lah when you want to discuss and we can have an online session.
Okay.
Most of the time malam I free lah. We can have discussion, 3 of us ke, 2 of us ke, okay je.
Okay.
Hmm. So anything else? So Raj, you dah select yang mana You punya titik
I'll
tattoo?
check yang number 5 sekejap ya.
Hmm. Number 5. Kita tattoo. Okay. Zal yang mana tadi? Semalam?
Yang Malaysia tu robotics lah actually. Yang buat pile up the building tu. Yang robotics lah.
Okay.
Automation. Construction tu.
Apa? Construction to study in Malaysia ni. Okay. So I hope that you along my class ni, I harap you get something lah from knowledge ke. Ada knowledge dapat ke?
Ada banyak.
Tak ada?
Ada banyak.
Ada banyak. Hopefully it bring you benefit lah.